Next up, mate, they're big. Like I said to you, they're big names in this group. You've come at the right time. We've got number 21, Jack Martin. He made his debut for the football club in 2020 in a really good way. Obviously, we lost round one against Richmond. Paul lost, but he burst onto the scene. He was everything we needed and more. What are you looking forward to with Jack Martin in 2021?
Oh, mate, last year, that first half of last season got me very excited for him. I mean, after the Bulldogs game, he was my favourite player. That part of the season, he was that good. He was probably leading our best and fairest at that stage, probably 6 or 7 rounds in. So his talent is undeniable, and I think they came out during the week and said he's been training in the midfield. So I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of impact he does have in the midfield this season. He's a match winner. He's a match winner. So he can swing forward. He can kick goals from nowhere. So I love him. I've got a man crush on him. He's up there with one of my favourites now. So I'm pumped to see what he can do in his second season after having another preseason with the group. It's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to read you out a quote here from John Barker about Jack Martin, and just to sort of corroborate what you were saying about him playing through the midfield. He's spending more time through the midfield this preseason, specifically more as an inside midfielder. We know how good he is as a ball hunter. He's very hard to tackle, and what he brings to the inside is his elite pressure. If he's not winning it, he'll be applying significant pressure to the opposition. He will play both midfield and up forward. What we want to do is expose him to more midfield minutes this year. When I first read that, I was very excited. I think that's part of the key this year, personally. I think it's part of the key to stopping the 5-goal swings, because I think where the 5-goal swings originated from is winning. And we lost the contest. David Teague talked about it all of last year. We didn't win the contest long enough. And I think he brings the pressure that we need, that if things aren't going our way, we can get repeat stoppages if he doesn't win the ball, as Barker said. So, yeah, he also, the thing about Jack Martin, and he sort of debunks the myth that you have to be big and muscly to be, intense. He's a very slight guy in terms of his frame when you think about a contested player, but he doesn't play like his body type. He plays like a bull, and I think that's what endears him to us, because he plays with that intensity.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. He's slim in nature, but geez, the way he attacks the footy is unbelievable. Notice that in the round one game where he kicked 4 goals against the Tigers. He just ferocity at the contest for a guy his size was incredible. And yeah, as you said, it endears you to the fans straight away. And once you see that effort, it's great. And he's only going to, if he's going to be playing majority of his time in the midfield this season, you can only see that just getting even better. So it's good. And and I'm really looking forward to seeing another full season into him, and hopefully he goes injury free, because I think he did pick up a couple of niggles in the halfway period of last season. So hopefully he can go through injury free. And yeah.
Mate, I just can't wait to hear the commentary. Cripps to Walsh to Martin to Williams, inside 50 to Harrick, handballs it off to Fish. He's just part of the names in that group who have the class in tight to get the ball out. He's got that speed, he's got that burst, he's got that hit up inside 50 kick. He lowers the eyes. He's super exciting, and I really genuinely believe he can get better this year, because last year he was good. He was very good, but obviously he's had another preseason with his group. He's a lot more familiar with being a Carlton man, a Carlton person, so you sort of get more familiar with your surroundings. He's got a lot to prove. He's here to prove that. He came for a fresh start. He came to play at a big club. He came to play in big games, and low key, why can't he be thought of in that top 50, top 60 type player in the competition? He's very, very talented.
Yeah, absolutely. That potential he certainly hasn't reached it yet, in my opinion. He's I think he can be right up there in that top bracket of players, and potentially getting in the All Australian squad. So I'm super excited to see how he is going to go this season with the added superpower around him with Sard and Williams too. So can't wait to see what he's going to bring, and hopefully he can kick 4 against Richmond again in round 1.
That's for you, Quinny boy.
I know he's watching.
He will be. He will be. I hope he is anyway. He knows what's coming. Let's get through some of the fan comments. Kano says he's going to be an absolute gun, Jackie Martin, and I'm calling a potential player that will get talked about for All Australian come mid-season. Josh Winch believes we've got to keep him in the middle because he's tough as nails. He's not scared to have a go, and he can kick a goal. They're very good traits. Musakar believes he found his feet very easily in our team, almost instantly. I think that's spot on. Aaron says, this guy, the attack on the ball and the player is second to none. He only knows one way, tough as nails. Graham says he loves what he brings. You need him rotating between on ball and half forward. Jared says that he's going to kick 35 goals. Let's talk about that. So we're hearing different talk about him this year. Last year, Teague spoke about how he's going to start as a forward and we're going to sort of have him play in spurts through the midfield. It looks like that's going to be flipped around a little bit and he's going to maybe start as a midfielder and float forward. And then I remember the preseason preview with Cam Bruce, and he was talking about Zach Williams and how they might look to rotate Zach Williams and Jack Martin in the midfield and forward. So my question to you, Marcus, and you guys at home, what are you expecting from him as a forward? Or, I mean, do you expect him to be kicking a certain amount of goals? And if so, how many?
I probably don't expect him to kick 35. That's a fair stretch. He'd probably have to be playing majority of the time in the forward line. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, he hit the scoreboard a lot last season, and I can't see why he can't again. We've got that depth now running through the midfield where he can drift forward and in a pretty natural position for him. He knows how to play down there. So, if he can kick 15 to 20 goals next season, I think that's a pretty good return. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're positioned where there are a few guys that can kick 15 to 20. Like I look at David Cunningham, he like with the potential that we always talk about, if he puts it all together, I think he can kick 15. I think Jack Martin can kick 15. I'm looking at Zach Fisher to be kicking 20 plus this year. I'm looking at Harry to be kicking, 30, 35, thereabouts. I'm looking at Mitch McGovern to be kicking somewhere around 20 to 25, worst case scenario if he plays every game. So, yeah, I think he's one of a few that I'm looking at to kick that, let's say 10 to 15 goals for the year. I think he's one of a few that can do it, particularly if he's going to be playing throughout the midfield because, like you said, he's got the craft. He's played many minutes as a forward. I think he's got a tank to play as a midfielder, but I like the fact that he's going to be rotating.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they're probably building on his tank over the preseason, where last season he was more of that explosive, real grunt player, where now I think he's got a bit more of a tank to play more minutes in the midfield, which is going to be great. And and hopefully he can do some darting runs for the midfield and kick some goals on the run, which would be great.
Yeah, for sure. A few more comments here from Rafi. His skill and class with the ball has been something we've been crying out for quite some time. He's an elite player, just fantastic, and all for free. Hashtag thank you, Sauce. Love that. And then Pommy and Vinny Brigante have been going at it in the comments, exchanging chants. Pommy's gone the old Martin's on fire. Your defense is terrified. That's cool. I like that. I think that works. That works very well. I like that a lot. And Vinny went with he's gone with Martin's a king. Martin's a king. Oh, he's even put the Dora in there. So where are you placed with chance in footy? Just on a side note, I think we can add him. I think we can add him into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there should be more of it. I don't know why there isn't. Obviously, yeah, we both follow the overseas soccer, and it happens all the time. So I don't see why not. I think someone needs to bring it in. Maybe Pommy should start some at the ground.
I think that's Pommy's role. I think that's what he's going to be doing. But Vinny's also keen as well. Young Vinny Brigante, he's very, very keen on doing the chance as well. So we're building. A few more comments here. Bryce says that Jack opens up the game with his speed and accuracy. He can quickly change the game in our favour. And Miggles says he will dominate regardless of where he plays. And I like that. He's a good footballer, and he's a versatile footballer. He's a David Teague footballer. So looking forward to Jack Martin, and that'll do for his 2021 season preview.